वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्राये स्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, first canto, 13th chapter, 2nd verse. Yavataha kritavan prashnan kshatta kausaravagrataha jataika bhaktir govinde tebhyaha chopararamaha यावतः कृतवान् प्रश्नन् क्षत्ता कौसारवाग्रतः जातैक भक्तिर्गोविन्दे तेभ्यश्चोपररामः। यावता कृतवान् प्रश्नान् क्षत्ता कौसारवाग्रतः जातेक भक्तिर्गोविन्दे तेभ्यश्चोपररामः। यावतः कृतवान् प्रश्नान् क्षत्ता कौसारवाग्रतः जातेक भक्तिर्गोविन्दे तेभ्यश्चोपररामः। यावता कृतवान् प्रश्नान् क्षत्ता कौसारवाग्रतः जातैक भक्तिर्गोविन्दे तेभ्यश्चोपररामः। यावता कृतवान् प्रश्नान् क्षत्ता कौसारवाग्रतः जातैक भक्तिर्गोविन्दे तेभ्यश्चोपररामः। Translation. After asking various questions and becoming established in the transcendental loving service of Lord Kṛṣṇa, Vidura retired from putting questions to Maitreya Muni. Translation with repetition. After asking various questions and becoming established in the transcendental loving service of Lord Kṛṣṇa, Vidura retired from putting questions to Maitreya Muni. Purport. Vidura retired from putting questions before Maitreya Muni when he was convinced by Maitreya Rishi that the summum bonum of life is to be finally situated in the transcendental loving service of Lord Sri Krishna, who is Govinda, or one who satisfies his devotees in all respects. The conditioned soul, the living being in material existence, seeks happiness by employing his senses in the modes of materialism, but that cannot give him satisfaction. He then searches after the supreme truth by empiric, philosophical, speculative method and intellectual feats. But if he does not find the ultimate goal, he again goes down to material activities and engages himself in various philanthropic and altruistic works, which all fail to give him satisfaction. So, neither fruitive activities nor dry philosophical speculation can give one satisfaction, because by nature a living being is the eternal servitor of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, and all the Vedic literatures give him direction toward that ultimate end. The Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, 15th verse confirms this statement. Like Vidura, an inquisitive conditioned soul must approach a bona fide spiritual master like Maitreya, and by intelligent inquiries must try to know everything about karma, fruitive activities, Jnana, philosophical research for the supreme truth, and yoga, the linking process of spiritual realization. One who is not seriously inclined to put questions before a spiritual master need not accommodate a showboating spiritual master, nor should a person who may be a spiritual master for others supposed to be so if he is unable to engage his disciple ultimately in the transcendental loving service of Lord Sri Krishna. Vidura was successful in approaching such a spiritual master like Maitreya, and he got the ultimate goal of life, bhakti unto Govinda. Thus, there was nothing to be known further about spiritual progress. Thus then, Bhaktivedanta Swamy Purport. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanasalakaya Takshururmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin iti namine. Namaste Sarasvate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Last time we discussed the first verse of this chapter. Dhritarashtra quits home. Actually, this is a very wonderful chapter. We get lot of truths and realizations from this chapter. If you all recollect, last verse we discussed, due to our attachment towards Duryodhana, Dhritarashtra neglected the atrocities of Duryodhana, isn't it? So Vidura, even though he wants to try to address the problem and rectify Dhritarashtra, meanwhile Duryodhana, he got anger upon him and he harshly, in one sense, scolded Vidura. Because of that, Vidura left the Hastinapura, went for the pilgrimage. That's why in Mahabharata war, he has not participated in the war. So first, he, as part of pilgrimage, he visited various places. First, he met Uddhava. By the suggestions of Uddhava, then he met Maitreya Rishi. Right? This is the context. So after he met Maitreya, he started inquiring various questions. What kind of questions? Those are all questions about the destination of the self. What is the self and what is the destination of the self? So he started inquiring. In Bhagavatam, we see various chapters where Vidura continuously inquires about this destination of the self. Then when he reached a point where he got the answers for all the questions, he is satisfied. Satisfied in what sense? Satisfied. He is situated in the transcendence. He come to the transcendental position. Till he come to the transcendental position, he was inquiring from Maitreya. Then he moved back to the Hastinapura. Okay, so this second verse talks about that. After asking various questions and becoming established in the transcendental loving service of Lord Kṛṣṇa, Vidura retired from putting questions to Maitreya Muni. So it is a very wonderful verse. In this, Prabhupada very wonderfully explains some few important points in this purport. Let us try to analyze these points. Vidura retired from putting questions before Maitreya Muni when he was convinced by Maitreya Rishi that the summum bonum of life is to be finally situated in transcendental loving service of Sri Krishna, Sri Govinda. Then he explains the conditioned soul. Who are the conditioned souls? We are the one. The living being in material existence seeks happiness. All the conditioned soul seeks happiness. How? by employing his senses in the modes of materialism. These are little technical words for the spoken congregation. Probably they may try to understand, but that cannot give him satisfaction. Simply by sense gratification, that will not give the satisfaction. He then searches after the supreme truth by empiric, philosophical, speculative method and intellectual feats. But if he does not find ultimate goal, he again goes down to material activities and engage himself in various philanthropic and altruistic works. In the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, we repeatedly hear two vocabularies. What are those? Fruitive activities and empiric, philosophical speculation. These are the little technical words. Again and again, various devotees, they bring two vocabularies in front of the God. So now let us understand what are these philosophical, empiric philosophical speculation, and what are these fruitive activities. Actually, if you see our Vedic literatures, they talk about two paths. One is Pravritti Marga, other one is Nivritti Marga. Pravritti Marga means the path of sense gratification or sense enjoyment, whereas Nivritti Marga means path of devotional service. Generally, Pravritti Marga talks about Chatur Purusharthas: Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Whereas Nivritti Marga, which is given by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, talks about love or devotional service to Krishna. If you further analyze what are these Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, actually these two comes under fruitive activities and empiric philosophical speculation. So first three, Dharma, Artha, Kama, these three comes under fruitive activities. Whereas the fourth one, Moksha, generally comes under this empiric philosophical speculation. That is why Bhakti Marga again and again and again rejects these two paths, because it is a path of sense gratification. That's not the path of devotional service. Now, how to understand or what is this fruitive activity? Fruitive activity means the objective of the activity is sense gratification. Whatever activity a living entity or conditioned soul does with the expectation of sense gratification. Again, Vedic literatures, Prabhupada many times he says, grossly, broadly, sense gratification means what? Generally, W, W and W, right? What are these three W's? Women, wine, wealth. This is what sense gratification means, broadly. See, actually, if you see earlier days, by design, men are meant for spirituality. They're supposed to practice spirituality. Women, generally, they take care about children and household affairs. That is why Scripture always talks in terms of man is practicing spirituality. That's why some vocabularies we see always towards woman. It doesn't mean that Scriptures are biased towards woman. It's not like that. By the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Kali Yuga, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given options for all categories of people. Sri, Vaishya, Sudra, all people, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given opportunity to practice spirituality. So in this sense, when we say a woman, a man for man, woman is attractive for woman, man is attractive. So that is the context we should keep in the mind when we discuss these things. So now, yes, what is the wrong with sense gratification? It gives so much pleasure to us, isn't it? You eat various delicacies, very nice. You hear wonderful music, very nice. You see wonderful movies, very nice. No touch, nose, everything very nice. So relishable. Then why Scriptures are saying no, sense gratification is something wrong? Because the ultimate goal, or at the end, the sense gratification will not give the satisfaction. At the end, persons what we want, we look for the satisfaction. So initially, the sense gratification looks like nectar, but end result is poison. That's what Krishna explains in 2nd chapter. Whereas devotional service initially looks like a poison, but result is the nectar. So now you can say, Prabhu, how you can say sense gratification will not give the satisfaction. Now let us understand from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, there are very wonderful pastimes which narrates, confirms again and again that sense gratification cannot give satisfaction. That 9th canto of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, he narrates a wonderful pastime of King Yayati. Who is that? King Yayati. If you see, Yayati, he married the daughter of Sukracharya. What is her name? Devayani. Devayani considered as one of the beautiful women. It's like parallel to Ahalya. Ahalya also very beautiful woman. Shakuntala also very beautiful woman. So Devayani also very beautiful woman. So Yayati marries Devayani. But later what happens? Yayati parallelly keeps illicit affairs with maid servant of Devayani. Her name is Sarmista. How many days you can keep the truth in hidden? So one day it came out, and Devayani got angry, and she complained to Sukracharya. See, your son-in-law has done this kind of thing. Like that, she was lamented in front of Sukracharya. Now, Sukracharya is not ordinary person. He is the spiritual master for entire demons. He cursed Yayati. What kind of curse it is? You should become impotent. You should become old age. That is how he curses. As soon as he heard this curse, that's all. No, his heart got broken. He could not take it up. Not only that, even Devayani also crying, because she is also little young. Now there's the time to enjoyment, but now she is also felt over what kind of curse it is. Neither he is happy, neither I am happy. Then Yayati, he fell on the feet of Sukracharya, and he asked, he give me the solution for this. Yes, I have done my mistake. Yes, please pardon me and give me the solution. Then Sukracharya says, I cannot take the curse back, but one thing you can do. You can give this, you can exchange this with some person who is willing to take this. Who is ready to take this? Who wants to take impotency and old age? No one. So at the end, he thought, okay, let me try with my children. So he approached the elder son. He said, Father, sorry, I could not do this. Then he went for the second son, third son. No one is accepting this proposal. Except the last son, he is called Puru. He accepted, yes, Father, you are the cause for my body. You are the one who has given this body. So, yes, I will take the curse. Then that is how Puru accept the curse of Yayati, and he become old. So for that, Yayati become very happy, and he has given a very special boons to Puru. So later, now Yayati, he got the engaged. Now he started enjoying with Devayani. How many years? Bhagavatam says thousands of years. Not 1 year, 10 years, 100 years, thousands of years. Even after enjoyed with thousands of years, he was not satisfied. Then, if you see in the Bhagavatam, he explains his realizations. He got frustrated, and he laments in front of the Lord. Lord, I have wasted my valuable time, which I supposed to engage in your service, but I with a concoction, with the illusion, I unnecessarily wasted my valuable time. So this shows, that's why Prabhupada, in many times, he talks about 3 kinds of intelligence. Third class intelligence means Pashyanticha, Napashyanticha. He sees the problem, Pashyanticha, Napashyanticha, but he don't get anything from it. You don't learn anything from it. That's called third class intelligence. Pashyanti cha, na pashyanti cha. Whereas second class intelligence means he will go through the problem, then he will look for the solution for it. Then he learns the lesson from it. That's called second class intelligence. Whereas the first class intelligence means before going through the problem, he studies, he sees, and he understands, and he practices. That's called first class intelligence. Prabhupada says at least we should aim with second class intelligence. Start with second class and we should aim for the first class intelligence. The point why I'm saying is Bhagavatam again and again and again it is saying that sense gratification cannot give you satisfaction. It is simply a illusion. Okay. Now this we have seen from Bhagavatam. Now we have also seen a modern example for this. What is the modern example? Hippies. Yes or no? Hippies, they are the intellectual people. They have money. Hippies means they are from US people, right? They don't have marriage system. They can have any number of girlfriends, drugs, liquor, everything. But at the end, what happened? How much they can drink? Till some point. After that, there will be no kick. How much drugs you can take? Some critical point. After that, even though you take drugs, that will not act upon your body. Isn't it? So for all these things, there is some critical point is there. Once you cross the critical point, you don't feel any kick in it. So they used to sleep with the dogs on the roads. American government, they spend billions of dollars to make them a good citizens, but they are unable to. That is the time Prabhupada entered into the US and he made them happies. How he made? By giving pure devotional service. Prabhupada has never given any sense gratification to them. They are already in the sense gratification. So you may say, okay, the Bhagavatam, some story kind of for the new people. But at this modern example, we can see even hippies also not happy. So what we can conclude from this? This sense gratification neither gives satisfaction nor liberation. Some people think sense gratification gives the liberation. You may wonder who are those special species? Yes or no? How do they think like that? Yes, they are the people, they introduce different kinds of sevas. That's called Daridra Narayana Seva. They think by serving these Daridra Narayanas, not Narayanas, Daridra people, poor people, they get the moksha. That is their philosophy. So that is one more sense gratification. So we should be very clear. So this sense gratification neither gives the satisfaction nor liberation. Now let us understand about second aspect, empiric philosophical speculation. This is Jnana Marga. Now they understand, okay, this sense gratification is not giving any happiness, any satisfaction. Now this material world is full of miseries. Neither I cannot solve the problems of the material world, nor this sense gratification give the solution to me. No, let me merge with the Lord. This is their philosophy. Sense gratification is not giving happiness. Material world is giving the misery. Then what is the point of living in this material world? Let me go and merge into the Brahman. This is the problem with the philosophical speculation, empiric philosophical speculation. So regarding this, Krishna very wonderfully explains in Bhagavad Gita. Sri Sri Radha Govinda Ki. Krishna explains in the most confidential knowledge in 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Moghasha, Mogha Karmano, Mogha Jnana Vichetasaha. Very wonderfully he says. He says, without Krishna consciousness, these fruitive activities or empiric philosophical speculation can make a living entity happy. We should really understand this point. Very clearly Krishna says, it's a baffle of your hope. No, the baffle means, no, you have a hope, but it's not happening. Moghasa, Mogha Karmana, Mogha Jnana Vitestha. So not only Krishna says, these are, will not give happiness. Krishna uses a very wonderful vocabulary in this. Let me read that purport, translation of this verse. Those who are thus bewildered are attracted by demonic and atheistic views. In the deluded condition, their hopes for liberation, their fruitive activities, and their culture of knowledge are all defeated. Krishna uses a word called, these are all demonic views. They're not sattvic views. Having a fruitive tendency in the heart, having empiric philosophical speculation, these are all not okay, chalega, okay. Krishna is never saying like that. He is saying, bewildered, those who are bewildered are attracted by demonic and atheistic views. These are all not general views. These are all demonic and atheistic views. Now you may think, Prabhu, what is the demonic tendencies in that? Yes or no? Let's say a son or a daughter, they serve the parents. They serve the parent, and meanwhile they say, mother, father, do you know why I am serving you? Once you die, I will take all your assets. For that purpose only I am serving you. If a son or a daughter says to the parents, how do they feel? What kind of children they are? Isn't it? Then this is what in Sanskrit they are talking about. In English they are called fruitative activities. These are not a general terminologies. The fruit means don't think a apple or pineapple. There are very dangerous words actually. Very demonic words. We should understand this. Okay? So that is why Krishna is saying these are demonic things. Now, in the Vedic literatures, we also see one more vocabulary called mental speculation. What is this? Mental speculation. Again, Prabhupada many times he quotes about this mental speculation. A wonderful quote is, religion without philosophy is a sentiment. You have a religion sect. See, different people having different philosophies, isn't it? Even cat is having its own philosophy, dog is having its own philosophy. Human beings also having their own philosophies. So, religion without having any philosophy is a sentiment. At the same time, there is a philosophy, but it is not in line with spirituality. That is called mental speculation. Prabhupada says, this mental speculation is neither science nor philosophy. మనం తెలుగులో చెప్పాలంటే గాలి అన్నమాట, గ్యాస్. There is no substance in it. It's only in the mind some speculation. Now why people want this kind of mental speculation? No, in the modern days we see paneer. They are not making paneer with milk and all these things. They are mixing some chemicals and making some paneer. They are coming up with some chemicals, they are coming up with the vegetables. Isn't it? Have you seen? Same thing. If you want to understand Krishna, what is the process? Bhaktya mam abhijanati. Krishna says, you can understand me only by surrendering to me. Without surrendering to me, you cannot understand me. Now, they want an alternative process for this. They don't want to surrender. They don't want to go to any devotional service, but they want everything realization. This is called mental speculation. That's why this mental speculation is very dangerous things. As I said, we're all conditioned souls. We're all being haunted with all these things. Fruitative activities. Don't think that this for some other people. These are all for us only. This mental speculation, fruitative activities, suffering philosophical speculation, these are all hardcorely in our hearts. Okay? So that is why whenever we pray, our prayer is supposed to be, Bhagavatam explains what kind of prayers we are supposed to do. If you see some so-called Kaitava dharmas, they pray, oh Lord, give me the bread and butter. That is not the prayer. Okay? Prabhupada says, even animals and birds, they are getting the food. Why you should go to God and ask for the food? Now, what kind of thing we should ask? Yes, we should ask, Lord, please me free from these mental speculations. Make me free from these fruitative activities. Make me free from empirical philosophical speculation. These are the kind of prayers actually you're supposed to pray to the Lord. Okay, now we understand a little bit about fruitative activities, empiric philosophical speculation and mental speculation. Now, if you see this translation, now Vidura, he asked so many questions, he understood. After understood, what was his, now where he is situated? He is situated in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. Yes or no? he come to the transcendental position. Actually, this is the aim of all the conditioned souls. So here also Prabhupada has given a system for all the people to take advantage of the devotees. Junior devotees can approach senior devotees, folk or congregation, they can approach their mentors till they come to the transcendental position. This should be the goal of any association. If you associate with any devotees, the objective of the association is this. You should have, that's why whenever you read anything at home or wherever, if you have any questions, you write it down. So when you meet the devotees or preachers or mentors, then yes, Prabhu, these are the questions, can you answer? So then it is the fruitful association. Okay. So now we understand the symptoms of fruitive activity. We understood the symptoms of empirical philosophical speculation. Now, what are the symptoms of transcendence? What are the symptoms of a person who is situated in the transcendence? What are the symptoms? That is loving devotional service to Krishna. If you don't do devotional service to Krishna, then we are not situated, or we are not understood, or we are still in the sadhaka stage. These are the things we should understand. So now there are some wonderful examples. Bhagavatam narrates about this mental speculations. Just I want to tell, what are those famous pastimes of mental speculations? Brahma Vimohana Leela. Isn't it? Brahma thought, Arey, what is this small kid? How he can be a god? That's what he, as soon as he saw Krishna, he thought he's a small kid. But later he understood that he's not a kid, he's a Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is the problem with the speculation. One more pastime is Govardhan Leela. Wonderful. Indra also thought same thing. Arey, what kind of foolish Vrajavasis they are. They had some suggestions of this kid and they diverted entire Homa, which supposed to happen for Indra, diverted to the Govardhan. A mound of stones and sand. What kind of people they are? And he sent Samvardhaka. Yes or no? Then later he realized, Ayo, I made the mistake. It's a speculation. Now, what is the solution for the speculation? What is the opposite for this? The opposite for this speculation is revelation. What is that? Revelation. This revelation is spiritual in nature, whereas speculation is material in nature. This revelation is being authorized by Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. So Indra would have inquired, his spiritual master is always with him only, Brihaspati. My dear spiritual master, what do you say about this Krishna? He never asked like that. He thought he's a small kid. He concluded like that. That is the mistake he has done. He has not approached the scriptures to identify whether this person is a kid or a supreme person. He has not done that. That is the problem with these mental speculations. So if you don't approach authoritative persons and you conclude yourself, then probably you end up with these mental speculations. Similarly, Lord Shiva, not Shiva, Daksha, he offended Lord Shiva. Yes or no? He thought, he is my son-in-law. Son-in-law, why he has not given respect to me? That's how he was thinking. Then later he understand, Shiva is not an ordinary person. Right? There are many examples. Even Shankaracharya, he mistaken Vyasadeva. Yes or no? He mistaken Vyasadeva. He says Vyasadeva is the wrong person. He has not given a proper commentary to the Bhagavatam. Now, modern versions, our so-called gurus, they speculated again. They thought that they themselves are the acharyas. It's a speculation. They thought Prabhupada has not written properly the books. They think that they are the very expert in English, grammar and all those things. They change the books. This is a speculation. So we should never ever consider this speculation as a sota-mota problem. No. It burns entire spiritual life. It's like a rust. Who is the enemy for iron? Iron, there is no other. Iron is so strong. But how it will be collapsed? By its own rust. Similarly, even though the devotional service is a very strong process, but if you don't take care about these weeds, it will make you drown in the ocean of this metal world. We should be very, very careful when we are handling about these three things. Okay. Now, however, day after tomorrow, Tuesday onwards, Kartik Masa is going to start. Okay. Let us pray all to Lord Damodara to free from this kind of contaminations in the heart. Isn't it? Now, what are the symptoms of transcendence? The symptoms of transcendence is loving devotional service. Now you all understand, yes, devotional service gives the real happiness. Now let us give this opportunity to other conditioned souls. So when you are celebrating Deepotsava at your home, invite your friends, neighbors, relatives. Teach them how to chant Hare Krishna mantra, right? And teach them how to recite this Damodara Ashtaka, and teach them how to honor prasadam. If possible, at least 1 month. Let them chant 1 round. Let them read 1 sloka every day. Let them follow. Let them take prasadam for this 1 month. These are the things we can encourage. Yes or no? So these are the devotional service, and these are the things which we supposed to do. So you can put a self target. Okay, 1 month I will bring some 30 conditioned souls into Krishna consciousness. I will bring 50 conditioned souls into Krishna consciousness. These things you can keep in your mind. Yes, you can be a student, you can be an employee, you can be a grahastha, you can be any person, old age home, wherever you are, you can encourage them. Okay, so let us pray. Along with, apart from you offer a lamp to Damodara, let us all light a lamp in the hearts of suffering conditioned souls by giving this valuable Krishna consciousness. With this, I will conclude the today's session. If you have any questions, I'll try to address 1 or 2. Okay, no questions. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.